It's time for Wisconsin race fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, and thanks for joining us for our 42nd consecutive season. We are your destination for news and interviews, the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, NASCAR, and more. With the support of our great sponsors, the Racing Roundup Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. And tune in every Saturday morning at 11:30 to CW18 Milwaukee to catch Milwaukee's only motorsports show. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to our program. I'm Jim Trado. We're live at Wisconsin International Raceway. That was my friend John Wood who just came in the shot, the man behind the Midwest Truck Series. Midwest Truck Series qualifying just concluded. I've got three sweaty guys sitting next to me. We're hanging out live at the front gate at the Gander Auto Group 250 race. That's the ASA Midwest Tour. And tonight's Dixieland Delight is brought to you by Zentner's Auto. That 35 lapper is going off here in a few minutes. Things have been moved up on the schedule. I'm talking faster than I should because I love being here at this event. Greg McCarnes and the staff here at Kaukauna have done an awesome job getting this place ready. And we've already qualified the Truck Series. With us are the top two qualifiers in the Truck Series, Grant Griesbach on the end. This guy, Nick Van, who won this race a year ago, and in between them, Brady Bill, new to the Truck Series, but that truck also has visited Victory Lane here at Wisconsin International Raceway. Guys, thanks for being part of the show. Let's do it real officially here. I gotta start the clock and everything. Here we go. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. I'm Jim Trado. We're live at Wisconsin International Raceway. It's a big race night here. It's in Kaukauna, Wisconsin, near the Fox Valley. It's Fox Cities Towing sponsorship on his chest. Nick Van actually qualified second here today. On the end is Grant Griesbach. He actually qualified quickest, and Brady Bill qualified 11th in the Midwest Truck Series. Guys, thanks for being on the show for a few minutes before you go racing tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for having us.
Grant, it's a revisit for us. I know that our friends at Oak Creek Automotive sponsor your truck with the Lynch Racing Team, but how important is it for you knowing your truck was fast in practice and you pulled off I think the fourth quick time of the year in the Midwest Truck Series?
Yeah, we put some new practice tires on it, so we expected that in practice, and I kind of expected everyone else to get closer as the day went on. Using our two tires tonight, we saved it. You could use it at Slinger or Madison or here, and we saved it. So definitely knew I had a fast truck, and the line's way different than a super late with the momentum these crates need to have. It's big sweeping entries and kind of late apex, which is a little bit of a difference, but probably the thousands or maybe even tens of thousands of laps I got around here definitely paid off today, and the 60 team gave me a hell of a truck.
For those who don't know, Grant Griesbach races here weekly at Wisconsin International Raceway in the Super Late Model Division, defending series champion of the track, also leading the points now. But the Truck Series visits here just once a year. So how much did your brain have to click and change to get adjusted here to this Kaukauna Oval?
It really doesn't change a whole lot in my head. Just a different approach. It's a different day, and I'm not doing double duty today, so I don't have to keep flipping that switch back and forth. But I'll definitely have that switch flipped hopefully back for Thursday night. So,
if I recall, a year ago, after the races were done, you were hanging out with Brad Miller, who raced in the Midwest Truck Series last year. After the races, you walked by and said, "Hey, Brad, that was the dumbest thing I've ever done, is run both races in the same night." Why?
2 years ago I did that.
Why?
And this is the longest race of the year for the super lates already, and a super long day. And that year the truck race had a lot of cautions that ended up taking almost an hour. But I'm sure one day I'll be dumb enough to do it again once that's far enough in the past. It's just with our Thursday night points, it's hard to risk that car having to be back here in 48 hours. So would love to run this race. I feel like we'd have a decent shot to contend, and this year's just not the year to do it with the weekly stuff, and we owe it to our sponsors and fans on that to do everything we can to compete for that championship. So one of these years we'll be back for the 250, maybe next year. So just super excited to be with the 60 truck. The Dixieland's always a special race day.
Dixieland Delight brought to you by Zentner's Auto. It was a 35-lap race for the Midwest Truck Series. A winner a year ago, and he ended up winning two more times last year, was Nick Van. Nick, that was a huge win. I could tell the emotion. No question you were sky high after that win. But thinking back to that night, how does that help you prepare to perhaps back it up tonight?
WR is a very large confidence track, and as Grant said, as guys that have laps here and have turn laps here, you have to, even though the line's different, you have to have that confidence coming out of turn 4, knowing that it's going to hook and you're not going to hit that styrofoam, as I've done a couple times in the super late here. So, no, it was awesome to get that monkey off our back, win that race. We set the track record that day, which Grant just had to break a couple minutes ago. So, yeah, we qualified second. We'll be definitely trying to get through the field here. The overcast night. Hopefully the rain work, kind of holds off here. And
I heard it's gone. It's not going to come back.
Good.
It left.
Good. Hopefully it cools off a little bit here too.
Well, in that case, Brady Bill's got his hands full because, Brady, you've not raced a truck here yet, but your experience and all the things you've done before racing now committing full-time for the Midwest Truck Series, how does that roll in as you kind of plan your day and knowing how important this race is one of the bigger highlights of the season?
Yeah, no, the truck's a little different. The 1070 doesn't have much grip compared to the tires I'm used to, so a little different there. But this track, too, it's a different animal when you come here. Took me a little bit to get used to it. Once we got the feel of it, it's not too bad, but a couple more days here, I think we could pick up a few tenths. But the Truck Series is definitely an awesome series. They're welcoming. They open their arms to everyone, and I'm thinking I'm going to be here for a long time. It's a lot of fun.
I was talking to John Wood after the first race of the season, which was the Joe Shear Classic, and he said after the race that you came up and specifically said, that's probably the most fun I've had in a long time in a racetrack. What makes the Midwest Truck Series so fun to be part of?
It's cool. You get the first year race of the year, you get 4 tires, and each race after that, you only get 1 tire. So you got to manage your tires and put them where they're right. And it's just times are so close. Everyone's normally within a tenth, besides these two today, where they're out in their own neighborhood. But yeah, the times it'll be top 10 will be within a tenth. So you got to be right there on the wheel, or you'll, like today, I think I'm 11th. If you don't roll a 6, hopefully you roll a 6, buddy. Did you roll?
I did not yet, no.
He's talking about the invert.
Make it easy on us.
They never start the fast guy in the front. The invert is 5 plus a roll of the dice.
So if he rolls a 6, that'd be great. Put me on the knob. But other than that, we'll see what we can do. Hopefully work our way to the front if he doesn't and have a good race.
All right, Brady, our friend at BMR Electric Carts, Brad Miller, owned this truck, raced this truck, won here, I believe. He was close to winning a couple of them if he didn't. Did he give you any setup notes? Did he give you any help besides where to park? Because you parked in his spot in the Truck Series garage tonight.
Yeah, no, when I bought the truck, he slapped a book on my chest and said, "This is the Bible for that thing. Don't lose it. Don't mess with it." But no, Brad's an awesome guy. I seen his truck go up for sale last winter, and I've always wanted to get in the Truck Series, and I watched him run, and that was an awesome piece. So I jumped on that ball, and I'm glad I did because we're having a lot of fun.
And Nick Van, the defending race winner a year ago, you had that truck figured out. You mentioned the track record. You had incredible speed. Yep. Do you know by the notes from a year ago to today how close the truck setup is, or does it matter just race to race? You got to figure it out with this. I mean, there's competition's amazing. But what have you guys done? Maybe the same and changed since then.
This track can be pretty repeatable, especially with the trucks, shorter on horsepower. So get your line right, adjust to it. Grant and myself, we both farmed so we could run 2 tires today. That does help a little bit with drive off, obviously entry, rotation. So, no, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the race turns out. But the overcast, last year wasn't super hot, so drop the heat a little bit, and I think it should be a good show.
Midwest Truck Series races on. Their website is MidwestTruckSeries.com. And our sponsor of this road show, once again, all year long, is Johnson & Sons Paving. Grant Griesbach, if they decided to do something with the pavement here, are you for that or against it? Because this track's got some character.
It has a lot of character, but it's probably why I'm not as smart as I used to be, because going down the front straight, your head, it's going side to side on that seat, and these guys could shake their heads, and even in a super late when you're on those bump stops, you can't see into turn 1. It can be so rough at times. So I don't know the right answer there, because I think if we go full repave, it'd be going 3-4 seconds faster, and then you bring in danger into these super late models, and sometimes they're just not built to go that fast. So there's definitely a lot of things to consider. Maybe repave the higher side or the straightaways, the corners, one or the other. I don't know the right answer. There's smarter people to make those decisions, but definitely a unique racetrack, and it takes a lot of laps to figure it out.
These guys are some of the busiest short track racers in Wisconsin. Midwest Truck Series is the website for the series. But Grant, you're racing in super late models. You're racing in the Midwest Truck Series. You'll race a pickup truck if they tell you it's going to be worth $5 if you beat the other guy. Where can we find you on socials to follow your racing?
GT Racing on Facebook. Grant Griesbach on Instagram. We're primarily on Facebook, so follow there for all the updates. We're here every Thursday night. We're at Slinger the last two weeks, Labor Day weekend and the week before. You might see us at the Orange Blossom Special close to home in a couple weeks at Jefferson, and we'll see where the fall specials fall into place with the super lates. It's been a grueling last year and a half for me, and all the success has been great, but some time off in the off season might be needed for a little bit of a mental reset.
Brady, how about your action? Where are we going to find you racing next, and where can we find you on socials?
My social media, it's Brady Bill Racing. That'll be on Facebook. We'll be running the remainder of the Midwest Truck Series, and I might pick a few pro late model races to go tussle around with. Hopefully, I want to run that Jefferson 2-day show, but we have a family reunion that Sunday, so We'll see if I can get over there.
Jefferson State Championship, September 18 and 19. 2 big point races leading into Oktoberfest. Nick, you've got a couple wins now in the series. You've got now a super late model you call as one of yours. You own that car that was presented here today. You got a lot going on. Where can we find you on socials?
Yeah, I'm a pretty busy guy, so I'm not on social media very often.
Perfect. You hear that? You don't have to be on social media.
No, don't have much time for that. But Zettner's Auto Service, we're sponsoring the race tonight. It's one of my local repair shops. Andrew Morrissey built us a new super late model over the offseason. Had a couple gremlins today. The car's not going to race, unfortunately, but ready to go with that. I'm going to let him race it a couple times so it's easy for me to hop in it next year. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for taking time out of your busy race day.
Thank you.
MidwestTruckSeries.com is where you want to find the website where they're racing next. We love supporting their series. They support our show. We hope you enjoyed this segment on the Racing Roundup Show, and we'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Johnson & Sons Paving is an asphalt and concrete paving contractor serving southern Wisconsin and proudly sponsors our weekly Bill Holland in the Groove segment. Trust a team of experts offering a full range of asphalt and concrete construction services for customers from Dane County to Fond du Lac and from Sheboygan to Kenosha County. Johnson & Sons Paving is proud to meet or beat their clients' timeline while exceeding expectations. Homeowners and business owners alike depend on the racers at Johnson & Sons Paving to stay on budget and to get in and out quickly while keeping their property safe and accessible at all times. For all of your asphalt and concrete needs, get started by going online to johnsonsonspaving.com.
For your next purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver of Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with one truck, one employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeast from Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement. 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show, America's longest running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd. Now let's get back to our host, the PA voice of the Daytona 500. You've seen him on Flow Racing's coverage of the Snowball Derby and Slinger Nationals, and on Track TV's coverage of the ASA Stars National Tour. Once again, here is Jim Trado.
Welcome back to the program. I'm Jim Trado, hanging out with a couple of guys that are part of the racing fabric, I want to call it. Part of my upbringing, part of my opportunities in broadcasting came because these guys are racing, and I want to be everywhere they were racing. This portion of our show is brought to you by Rapina Realty. RapinaRealty.com is the website to visit if you want to buy or sell your home or commercial property. They get it done right. Knowledge is power. Higher knowledge. The website, RapinaRealty.com. We're hanging out on the Johnson & Sons Paving Roadshow here, thanks to our friends at Oak Creek Automotive at the front gate at Wisconsin International Raceway in Kaukauna. It's a great racetrack. They race here weekly on Thursday nights, but it's a big special here on Tuesday. A couple of guys that we want to introduce you now have been part of this race, and they are certainly somebody that you want to be paying attention to if you haven't been watching racing the last 42 years of our show. They've been part of it all of the 42 years. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. I'm Jim Trado. We've got a couple of special guests joining us. 5-time Wisconsin International Raceway track champion in super late, Scott Hansen, and a man who finished second to Joe Shear in 1994 here in the Dixieland 250, Kenny Schrader. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. How are you?
Doing good.
Good to be here. I mean, the place looks great, and I love seeing the people come out. We had a little bit of threatening weather, but they stayed in for a little bit, and now they're coming out.
Kenny, you are officially the Grand Marshal here. You're not racing tonight. It's kind of weird for you to be at a track not racing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that just means you're old. When you start being the Grand Marshal, it just means you're old.
Raise your hand if you won the most recent race in a school bus, though.
Yeah.
Which of us can do that?
Yeah.
This guy. Scott? School bus.
Yeah, school bus figure 8. Now.
Figure 8.
Yeah.
That's a whole different class.
Yeah, it's really exciting twice a lap. Yeah.
You've done that a few times, though.
Yes, we've had it. We've done it 3 times now. 2 times it went really good. First time it went really, really bad. Right in that center part.
Yeah. I heard you had to climb out the back emergency back door.
Yeah, because
Get out.
everything was up against the steering wheel in the front. So
Yeah.
Ron Drager told me, he said, "Don't make fun of these buses. They've been clocked in excess of 23 mile an hour." That doesn't sound fast, but when you're in a school bus and you hit another stop bus at 23 mile an hour, it's a big deal.
Yeah. These guys hang out more often than you think. Scott Hansen, you're part of racing here. You're part of the history here. You're a Fox Valley guy. You've won 5 straight championships in here. You're on the Wall of Fame behind us. There's a lot of things that might go through your mind when you come back home, isn't there? Especially when you get to hang out with Schrader.
There is. The fans, first of all, is what I struggle with. Getting all the free beer from one end to the other as they walk through.
Well, you take your time, don't you? You're not in a big hurry.
I spend a lot of time with a lot of them here.
Yeah.
But no, the track has been really good to me. Kenny was really good to me. We're heading out next week on one of our Federated Auto Parts tours. But yeah, we definitely go out to enjoy, first of all.
And Scott Hansen was racing for teams here in Wisconsin. And then wouldn't you know it, Kenny Schrader said, I want to start an ASA team. I want this guy to be my driver. And Scott, you guys raced for a championship for a couple years, and the tour that visited here, three races a year in Wisconsin, and really had some fun together before you moved to Charlotte and became a Truck Series driver for Kenny at one point.
Yeah, he found out that drinking and making offers like that shouldn't be done at the same time, because we went down there. We had a lot of fun, a lot of success, great, as all my car owners were. But Kenny, like I said, he made sure we were able to do everything 100% top notch and do it right. And when he first started coming up here, I would prepare cars for him, and we just hit it off, and that led into that. It was a really good deal.
We've had a lot of fun. We went to win that championship, the ASA deal, and we finished second both years that we ran the full deal. But it was 20 race a year, so 40 races, and he won 9 of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just great performance. We had a couple little failures that got us and got us high in points, but had a lot of fun was the main thing. Just enjoyed it.
That was in the mid-1990s for that team. I got to be part of the coverage on TNN back in the day, so you can watch those on YouTube if you want. That's where I fell in love with the idea that you guys love racing as much as anybody else. At that time, Scott and Kenny, you guys were probably racing, not just the ASA series, but Kenny, you were racing. You said sometimes ran an ASA car. Well, you guys raced a bunch. I mean, I remember back when you were racing for the Wisconsin teams, it was like 60 or 70 nights or races a year, Scott. So when you got to be with Kenny, did that change at all, or did it stay that way?
No, we cut way back when I went down by Kenny. We did the 20 a year there, and I might have did 10 for Jeff Victor on the side, who was another great car owner. But yeah, until I met Kenny, again, till we did the deal, the only way I got paid was to run a race. And got tied up with him, and it's like I didn't need to run all them races. I could go enjoy myself.
And Kenny, you're not done racing by any means. You just won a modified race and the school bus race. How many races have you run so far this year? Do you know?
We've run 52 so far this year.
And we're only halfway through the year.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll get in probably 80. But we're still having fun, and we're fortunate that Federated Auto Parts still having fun. And they send us a lot. I mean, we've been from coast to coast already this year. Heck, on our little trip next week, we go up into Canada, New York, and Massachusetts. So, man, I don't want to get a job yet.
That means your wife would say, you got to bring home a paycheck, not just go play race cars.
I think she writes me a paycheck, but she
writes us all a paycheck.
Yeah,
actually.
she writes us all a paycheck.
What the neat thing about this is, we're at a short track talking to a couple of short track legends, in my opinion. When it comes to these kind of races, how big of a deal was it, Kenny, for you to come in, fly out as a full-time NASCAR Cup guy then? And how important is it for you to know that the fans are getting that much enjoyment here in Wisconsin for these short track big ones?
Well, I mean, I remember coming up here, and I think I drove your car here in '94.
Yep.
And we wound up second to Joe Shear. And, I mean, I was pretty damn happy with that. I mean, obviously you come up, you want to win. But it's just such a big event, and to see it still going, and, good field of cars, and going to be a lot of people here. So it's just exciting to be a small part of it.
And Scott, when the big guns rolled in, the guys on the poster that you were on as a track guy, local guy back then in the mid-'80s, when you were winning all these races, when these guys would roll in, Schrader, Waltrip, the gang. What was it like for you? Was it any different to prepare more cars, perhaps for the stars, or was it more about I got to beat these guys because they think they got something and I know what I'm doing?
Well, it was a lot of work. There's no doubt. Not only for Kenny, but Spencer, Waltrip, Marlin. I prepared a lot of cars for a lot of guys, especially when I had my broken leg. But again, it just got me to meet all these guys, to have good times with them, and just what it did. It was intimidating in the beginning, but the last year here with Toby Noodleman, we won the race in '99, the 250, and when you beat these guys, it moves you up in your mind anyway. It moves you up to a different level, and we lived on that for a long time.
We're glad you're here. Glad you're here to help celebrate one of the biggest races of the year in Wisconsin. Guys, thanks for being part of the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Scott Hansen, Kenny Schrader, the Grand Marshal for tonight's Gander Auto Group 250 here at Wisconsin International Raceway. The Midwest Tour has got a big race this year, $15,000 to win. Find out where they're racing next at midwesttour.racing or go to starsnationaltour.com to find out more. We'll be right back after this on the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
This Saturday, Dell's Raceway Park explodes with the return of the Alive for 5 Super Late Models. The Midwest Fest go door-to-door in the Larry Deaton's 125, presented by Wagner Automotive. Plus, 602 Late Models, Midwest Dash Series, Bandos, Legend, and a massive post-race fireworks show. Gates open at 3, qualifying 4:30, green flag racing at 6. Get your advance tickets online now and save at DellsRacewayPark.com. Dell's Raceway Park, Wisconsin's best racing entertainment.
Hey there, this is Leon from LD's Barbecue, open Wednesday through Sunday in East Troy. Not only do we serve your favorites every day, but we also provide catering for graduations, weddings, office parties, and more. Stop in and try our award-winning food, sauces, and rubs. Check us out on Facebook for daily specials. LD's Barbecue in East Troy. Remember, we'll smoke your butt.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
What? Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. I'm Jim Trado, hanging out with you on a Johnson & Sons Paving Roadshow. Tonight and tonight only, we're hanging out with you at Wisconsin International Raceway in Kaukauna. It's the big one, the Dixieland, that's now called the Gander Auto Group 250. The Dixieland Delight 35, presented by Zentner Auto, is also going. It's a Midwest Truck Series race. You see a lot of their races here in coverage on our Racing Roundup program, thanks to Bill Holland in the Groove, presented by Johnson & Sons Paving. Our road show tonight has got a special feel to it because it's one of the biggest races of the year every year in Wisconsin. We just talked to some of the stars of the Midwest Truck Series and Kenny Schrader and Scott Hansen. So if you're just joining us, rewind that button on our website, racingroundupshow.com, or watch us on our social feeds. We have a special time right now because the NASCAR drivers that are going to be here, including Ty Majeski, who's just set fast time, they're going to be part of an autograph session here in the Fan Midway. As they make their way this way, to this side of the Fan Midway, we're hanging out the front gate here at Kaukauna. We're going to show you what Bill Holland drug up this week. He did a lot of great work this week. We're going to show you Bill Holland's in the Group, presented by Johnson & Sons Paving, and talk to some more drivers here on a Johnson & Sons Paving Roadshow presented by Oak Creek Automotive. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the groove at Slinger Speedway. We're here for the annual Carl Wegner Memorial. This race honors the longtime Wisconsin engine builder who had a huge impact on racing here in the Badger State and beyond. The Wegner Memorial is part of Slinger's Super Late Model Triple Crown. Tonight's race paying $7,000 to the winner. It's a big night at the world's fastest quarter-mile oval. Five-time Slinger Nationals champion Ty Majeski leads a field of more than 20 cars into the night. Defending track champion Grant Griesbach, one of 5 drivers, separated by only 40 points in this year's standings.
I feel like the car hasn't been as good as it was last year, but the field's also stepped it up. We got a lot of big names coming to Slinger on a regular basis, and got to embrace the challenge, and we'll keep working on it and try to get better.
Two-time track champion Alex Prunty got to know Carl Wegner growing up around race cars. For him, this night means a lot.
He had a personality, a really fun guy to be around, and like I said, always there to help us for anything we needed. If we need something turned around in 2 days, he did it for us. He's a great guy.
Wausau standout Luke Fenhaus is a former track champion and Slinger Nationals winner. He has plenty of motivation tonight.
When Carl's talking to you, it was a whole different world, that nobody really saw. So just super thankful to get to have the opportunity to meet him and build that relationship a little bit and just spend time with him.
In qualifying, it's championship point leader Gabe Summers fastest in time. His first full season at Slinger Speedway is getting noticed.
Raced here in the past, but never this much, and it's been a lot of fun. We've had some good cars, 2 second-place runs. We had a really good car at Nationals. We just got to try to get a win. The car's there, so just got to have a little luck and have it all come together.
Our first race of the night is the Fast Dash. Alex Prunty on the pole, John DeAngelis Jr. on the high side as the fast qualifiers take the green flag. Luke Fenhaus will race his way up to second, but Alex Prunty will lead from green to checkers, taking the dash and ready for the main event.
Every race is a big race. So we're preparing, Slinger Nationals type preparedness for every single week. Every race has been minimum $5,000 to win. So it's been a lot of fun. Obviously a lot of competition here.
Heat race action continues with Chris Polera in the 00 and Tom Jasinski's 46 up front in this one. Polera out of Burlington, a former street stock racer at the old Lake Geneva Raceway. This is a side-by-side battle all the way, with Polera topping Jasinski at the line by less than a car length.
Only got to Super Late about 5 years ago. 2 or 3, maybe 4 times a year tops is all I can make it out, but it's great to be with everybody out here. It's just a good time.
Our final heat has Waterford's Jeff Storm in the 25 and Brad J.J. Miller out of Random Lake in the 89 on the front row. Brad Miller's a 3-time track champion, a standout on both dirt and asphalt. But it's Stormy in the 25 taking the lead. Jeff Storm will take the checkers in our final heat race and get ready for the 100-lap feature.
It is a big race. It's part of the Triple Crown deal by Incredible Bank, and it's extra money in the purse tonight, $7,000 to win. I mean, look around, a lot of good cars here going after that purse.
Grant Griesbach in the 17 and R.J. Braun in the 92 bring the field to green in our main event. Griesbach, the current Slinger Speedway champion. Braun, a former champ, and he will put the 92 car out front early. We're under caution. Dennis Prunty in the 42 car involved, and Gabe Summers going to the back of the field. Back to racing. R.J. Braun, Jesse Bernhagen in the 28, Alex Prunty's 11, and Luke Fenhaus in the 4, your top 4. Prunty, the former Slinger Speedway champion, will take the lead from Bernhagen. Fenhaus, Ty Majeski, and hometown ace Steve Apel making up the top 5. Alex Prunty brought a very fast race car to the track tonight. He is pulling away from the field. The leaders are lapping slower cars, and Ty Majeski getting together with Conrad Morgan. Majeski will be able to continue. Morgan, the 6-time track champion, is done for the night. Back to green, with Alex Prunty and Luke Fenhaus on the front row. This is the fight for the lead right here. Fenhaus will make the high side work and take over the top spot. And there is no chasing down that 4 car. After 100 laps, it's Luke Fenhaus winning the Carl Wegner Memorial at Slinger Speedway.
Just super proud of my guys for working on this thing. And yeah, it's a big race, so a lot of cars, good competition. having Majeski here, and Prunty was really good tonight. So yeah, good to come out with the win.
At Golden Sand Speedway, the Florida-based UARA United Auto Racing Alliance National Tour is making its first appearance ever in Wisconsin. The Carbless 125 paying out $10,000 to the winner, three-time defending track champion Justin Mondyke among the locals to watch.
For a four-tire race, 125 laps, it's a great paying show, especially in central Wisconsin. I think the only one that I made more was, last Dietschen's race we won a little bit more. That's just because all the lap money that we were able to collect.
If there's a hometown hero here, it's Plover's Gabe Summers in the 15. He grew up just minutes from the racetrack.
Yeah, it's cool because everybody comes out here, so we got to try to be as best we can and have fun and put on a good show for the fans. You never know here at this place. It gets super greasy, so we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Top visitors include Michael Atwell, who made the long trip from Naples, Florida to be here. Atwell's won some big races in the South, but this is his first time at Golden Sand Speedway.
It's pretty cool. There's a lot of different ways to get around here with how wide it is. It's slick. I'm intrigued to see how it races tonight. You can tell how slick it is out there right now, so it'll be interesting to see with tire fall off and that kind of stuff, what happens. But pretty cool place. I'm enjoying it. The weather's beautiful, so can't complain.
For Kendrick Cryer in the 66, this night is a homecoming. The former Golden Sands Pro Late Model champs originally from Wisconsin Dells. He's now racing out of Ocala, Florida, but right at home here.
I'm happy to be back on my home track where I kind of grew up racing at. Glad to have the crew back, and it's been a while. Seen friends and family that I haven't seen in a while.
Two-time track champion Wyatt Brooks in the 25 and three-time defending title holder Justin Mondyke lead the field to green for the first of 125 laps. Early on, trouble for Wausau's Matt Gajewski in the 27, and a bigger problem on the restart as the skies open up. After a rain delay, it's Mondyke in the 44, and Gabe Summers up front, with Summers taking over the lead. Summers extending his lead over second, but the car on the move is Ty Majeski's 91, closing in on second place. Majeski, the former NASCAR Truck Series champ, returning to Golden Sand Speedway for the first time in years. He will get past Mondyke for the second spot. And here we go for the lead. Summers, a two-time winner of the 99-lap Dick Trickle Memorial Race here. Majeski, as accomplished as anyone in super late model racing today. Ty Majeski with the pass for the lead. His return to Golden Sand Speedway will take the 91 to victory lane with a win in the $10,000 Carbless 125.
Quite know what to expect here. I haven't been here in 9 or 10 years, so yeah, guessing a little bit what we needed, during the day and hot and slick conditions too at night, and just needed to guess correctly, and was able to get it to where we needed it during the day, and transition tonight and carried that speed throughout the night.
For Ty Majeski, an impressive win, but there isn't a lot of time to celebrate as there's a lot of racing in early August, including the big Gander 250 at Wisconsin International Raceway this coming week. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who makes our program possible, including our sponsor, Johnson & Sons Paving. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks, Bill Holland. He'll be part of our program going forward. He might even be covering this race tonight's show next week on Tuesday, August 11th, when we're hanging out with you at the Cellar in Oak Creek for another Johnson & Sons Road Show. Thanks to our friends at Oak Creek Automotive. It's the Cellar, 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek is our next road show. It's next Tuesday, live at 6 p.m. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. I'm Jim Trado, joined by a couple of drivers competing in the Gander Auto Group 250. They're racing full-time now in the ASA Midwest Tour. I say for one driver, it's his first year. For this next driver, it's been 75 years at least. I can't tell. But it's been 9 straight Gander Auto Group 250s for Justin Mondyke joining us to my immediate right. Justin, welcome back to the show.
Absolutely. Glad to be here. Appreciate you guys doing this.
We've had you on the show before. I know how important this race is for you. And for Nick Egan, sitting over here, the Bonafide Security Solutions driver, this is a big deal to be part of this. You've been probably wanting to be part of these big races for a long time, haven't you, Nick?
We've came here and watched to a lot of them, but we haven't really been able to participate in them. So we're looking forward to this one.
All right, we're getting right in the nuts and bolts now, guys. Qualifying just ended. We had 3 practice sessions earlier today. Justin, what are your thoughts about racing and I think your 10th straight Kaukauna?
Yeah, for sure. I feel really good about our race car. I always struggle in qualifying, trying to find that little bit extra speed. First couple practice sessions, we were top 5 both, so I feel really good about our race pace. We ended up qualifying 10th there in the end, so I think we'll hit the invert all right, hopefully get some track position and get out front and set our pace. But feel really good about our race car tonight.
In the real time of it, Nick, there's not a lot of time, is there, to change things, move things around, maybe wholesale changes if you're like, man, I'm a full second off, what's going on? Or if you're a 10th off, you still want to find more speed. What's your day like today?
We're a couple tenths off, but we're hoping that with the lockdown and people can't really make any changes before the feature here, that we're thinking the car is really going to come to us towards the end. We're not really set up for short runs here. So.
Well, Justin, you know how long this race can be. Sometimes it takes forever. Some nights you're like, man, if I could get a caution, it'd be awesome. If I don't have a caution, it'd be awesome. There's a lot of things to play out in your mind, isn't there?
I've been on both ends of it, having really good pace, staying up front, and running out of gas, or starting in the back and not having a good car and a lot of wrecks. You just really don't know what to expect. So try to bring the best race car you can and just try to be there at the end. But it'll be a long one. It's not a huge field tonight, but I feel like it's a really good stacked field of drivers. So I don't think there's going to be a ton of cautions, so I think track position is going to be big, and you just got to be there at the end. So it'll be interesting now that hopefully we're not playing the weather, so I think we can play our full race strategy rather than trying to race to halfway.
I'm sure your pre-race notes show the same thing I did. The top 6 in points are separated by 25 points. You're 5th in points right now. You could be walking out there with the point lead, for goodness sake.
I know.
How much does that play into things?
Yeah, you try not to think about it, honestly. When I see the points, I look at more of, what could have been earlier in the season with, transmission failure at Madison or what it might be. But I'm just happy to be in contention, but not really thinking points right now. I just want to keep stacking good finishes together, and the rest will take care of itself.
And Nick is one of the Pepperjack Kennels Rookie of the Year hopefuls here in the ASA Midwest Tour. Your thoughts about getting a good race in on a 250-lap race on this big half mile?
My thoughts are just finishing the race. So we've only been here twice before this year, just trying to get ready for this one. So we're just trying to make sure that the equipment holds up and that we're there in the end. So.
And Justin, I do want to talk for a moment. You're from Gleason, Wisconsin. You've got a bunch of supporters. Nick does as well. But when it comes to your group, you seem like you've got some magic going on here. White Royals coming on big time. You've got other supporters from your area, other supporters from outside the area taking part of this. How much of a challenge is that? How much of a reward is that, knowing that you're racing well, you're racing with friends, you're racing with great sponsorship?
Yeah, Gleason is a very small town. I'm very proud to be, from it. Pretty much all the local businesses, we're able to partner with, and in the Merrill and Wausau area. And we're truly concerned, once State Park Speedway closed, that a lot of those sponsors might not continue on with us now that we're racing at Plover and elsewhere. But they've all stuck with us. We've been able to bring in a lot more, and it's just really special doing it as a family. My dad's retired. My father-in-law's retired. My wife, everybody that throws into this, it's truly a family deal. I mean, we have my wife's uncles and cousins, and it's truly a family program for us, and that's what makes it special, and just really thankful to be in the position that I am.
And Justin, can you remind Nick, because this is his first time racing the 250, that it's about 25 degrees cooler than it has been the last decade here on a Tuesday night in Kaukauna?
It is pretty cool. We're walking up the ramp, and I'm going to call you out. He's like, man, I don't know how you have your suit off. It's hot. I'm like, oh, it could be a lot worse. It could be like Rockford, in August or July. But
or the Nationals.
Yeah, or the Nationals for sure.
Yeah. Slinger's a little warm. Triple digits. Nick, when it comes to this race, what do you guys have to do different to your race car to get ready for this long race, knowing what you've known for racing this series full-time for the first time this year?
Oh, the biggest thing is just preparation in a shop, kind of how it always is with these long races. Doing the Joe Shear race this year and Dixieland this year, we kind of knew what we were up against, and we were up against a challenge. Just taking some advice from the other fellow Reed chassis guys and people that have run good in these big races, and kind of doing the same thing as them and leaning on them for strategy calls and trying to make sure we're there. After 250 laps.
Sorry, Nick, talk about your supporters and the folks you've got surrounding you in the Milwaukee area, as you're now in Slinger, hanging out by a pretty famous racetrack, but you get to race all over the place. Who's helping you this year?
Yeah, so we got to thank Ewald Automotive Group. So thanks to Nick and the whole crew for getting our fleet of Bonafide vans up and running and well-serviced and well-maintained. So we got Bonafide Security Solutions, Truck and Auto Elegance, Milner Builders, Zeller Transportation, Zern Building Products, and TD Graphics keeping us looking good. So.
And Justin, when it comes to these races, does this race matter any differently on the schedule, knowing that there's guys that come here once a year? You guys get to race here once a year for a points race. Is the status of this race in your mind? Where is it at, layering in, knowing you've won the Larry Deachins a couple times at your home racetrack?
Yeah, we definitely, we look at the schedule every year, and we have a few circled, and we know there's tracks that we have that are better, opportunities to win at, and I feel like Kaukauna, our pace here I think we had like 5 straight top 10s here at one point in the last 10 years, like you said. So we've had really good pace. Never been on a podium yet, but I feel like, our run at Madison and this car that we got right now, it's been really good everywhere that we went, and feels really good today, so we'll see where we end up.
Guys, we thank you for your time. We know we got things to do here. We got to actually go racing tonight. 250 laps around this racetrack in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. It's the ASA Midwest Tour. Find out more information about the series at midwesttour.racing or visit the National Series website, starsnationaltour.com. Stars racing full-time. They can race Oktoberfest. They've got a couple more races coming up between now and then. There's a lot of things going on. Check out the schedule. Visit and watch and follow Justin Mondyke and Nick Egan. Guys, thanks for joining us on the Racing Roundup Show.
You bet. Thanks Jim.
And good luck tonight. Thanks, guys, for joining us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Johnson & Sons Paving is an asphalt and concrete paving contractor serving southern Wisconsin and proudly sponsors our weekly Bill Holland in the Groove segment. Trust a team of experts offering a full range of asphalt and concrete construction services for customers from Dane County to Fond du Lac and from Sheboygan to Kenosha County. Johnson & Sons Paving is proud to meet or beat their clients' timeline while exceeding expectations. Homeowners and business owners alike depend on the racers at Johnson & Sons Paving to stay on budget and to get in and out quickly while keeping their property safe and accessible at all times. For all of your asphalt and concrete needs, get started by going online to johnsonsonspaving.com.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing Products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
Race car components for gearheads in Beaver Dam is your race car parts destination. Anna Gerke and the Gross family of racers stock thousands of parts for short track racers on dirt and pavement. Race car components is the manufacturer of championship-winning Copperhead gears. Save on the shipping cost of MD3 body panels. Parts in stock. Get your G60 Hoosier tires siped, grooved, and signed. See Anna in the Gearheads Parts Van at Gravity Park. Visit Race Car Components for Gearheads.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. We're hanging out with you at Wisconsin International Raceway. home of the Gander Auto Group 250. It's going off this evening. You still have time to join us, but not much time because we're going racing here with the Midwest Truck Series. Zentner Auto, Dixieland Delight 35. That race is going off at 6:30 Central. They're going to go racing here in about 25 minutes. We encourage you to watch it on Track TV coverage if you can't join us. I'm jumping off this headset and going to the Track TV booth to join Dean Strom and our friend Andy Monday, who's racing in this race, I think, for 9 times out of the last 11 years. Andy's in the booth with us tonight, so enjoy that. You have to subscribe to tracktv.com to see that. But more importantly, this is one of the big races. This is the big race. It's one of the greatest races that you can possibly find on a Tuesday night in Wisconsin. It's paying $15,000 to win for the super late race. Gander Auto Group stepping in a big way here in the Fox Valley. This racetrack's pretty unique as well. We encourage you to join us at some of these short track races. Be part of the action. Be part of the fun. And join the what we love as a passion for 42 years and counting now on our Racing Roundup program. I want to thank Greg McCarnes and the whole Team McCarnes family because they put this event on along with the Van Dalwiks here at Wisconsin International Raceway. This venue has provided some great racing. We had Ken Schrader on the show, if you're just joining us now, talking about in 1994 racing and finishing second to Joe Shear, and that was a good day for him. He was racing full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series. That year he won at Dover. His last Cup Series win came that year, but he talked about the highlight of racing here at Wisconsin International Raceway, an ASA-sanctioned race then. You can see some more great racing on the ASA Midwest Tour by visiting midwesttour.racing or the national website, starsnationaltour.com. I get to call a couple of these cool races. And join us Labor Day weekend, September 5th weekend. That's a Saturday night. We're in the Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. Join us there because you know what? It's a pretty cool race. It's called the Jim Sauter Classic 200. That's the next race on this schedule for the Midwest Tour. I'll be there as well on the call with Dean Strom on Track TV. But it's an event weekend. Make a weekend of it. They have camping right there at the racetrack. You can also enjoy many of the amenities of Wisconsin Dells, which is the the largest water park in the country, if not the world. So it's a lot of fun ways to wrap up your summer by joining us at Dells Raceway Park. Information about the event is at dellsracewaypark.com. This portion of our show is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, supporting our season all season long. The truckers are racing tonight in the Dixieland Delight 35, presented by Zentner's Auto. This portion of our show is also brought to you by two of the sponsors that help out the series all year long, The Hill and Tommy Piccaro Motorsports. We're on the road the next couple of weeks as well. We're going to tell you about that. Next week on August 11th, we're going to be hanging out at Oak Creek Automotive Night at the Cellar in Oak Creek. That's, again, on our website, on our schedule page, racingroundupshow.com. Visit the schedule page. We're in 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek. A great place to hang out. Great food. They make their own homemade pizza. Man, it's amazing. Great food. And we're out on the patio with Oak Creek Automotive. Bobby G's here tonight helping out his driver, Penn Sauter, on the crew. So a lot of things to see and do. His other driver, Casey Johnson, is in the field tonight. Casey had a health scare on Thursday. He was diagnosed with potentially appendicitis. So glad to see Casey's here to race for what could be his second victory in the Gander Auto Group 250. Next week, again, our show is August 11th at the Cellar in Oak Creek. In 2 weeks' time, we're at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield in West Dallas for another great show on August 18th. I'd like to also remind you that this is a neat show to be part of. So if you want to be part of it, visit our website, drop us a note, want to be a guest on the show or advertise, you can contact us by clicking the contact button at racingroundupshow.com. We'll breeze through the Bonafide Security Solutions short track report. They are a great product, great business. We just talked to Nick Egan, whose family is part of that. His dad, Mike, has been involved for over 50 years with a family business. That's Bonafide Security Solutions. Their phone number is 262-790-9400. See the racers at Team Bonafide for your home or business needs, or go online to their website, bonafidesafe.com. Nick's going racing here for the first time tonight. Looking forward to seeing what we can talk about him next week on our show in the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. I do want to congratulate our 14-year-old recent guest on the program, Colin Sivia. He won the Wisconsin Wingless feature, against all comers at Angel Park Speedway on Sunday night for his first win in his first season in a Wisconsin Wingless sprint car. Brandon Welty topped the Badger Midgets again, and Scotty Field drove Randy Sipple's 360 sprint car to the victory on Sunday. Mike Litchfield and Nick Nolden each won late model features at Dells Raceway Park on Saturday night. Our coverage of DRP is supported by DiamondRacingWheels.com. Evan Burgess won the modified main. Fast qualifier Dave Trout started 10th and won the first sportsman feature. Alan Borntrager won the second one. This Saturday night is the fourth Alive for 5 super late model race that pays $5,000 to win. You'll see a lot of the drivers racing tonight, racing for $5,000 in the fourth race of 5 Alive for 5 races. It's the Larry Deachin Memorial 125 this Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park. Outlaws, Midwest Dash, Legends, and Bandos also join them, so you can grab a camping spot this weekend at Dells Raceway Park if they're still available. Tickets, I know, are available. Information on the website, dellsracewaypark.com. This past Sunday night, Luke Fenhaus won the Carl Wagner Memorial and picked up $7,000 in his second super late model win of the season at Slinger Super Speedway. Luke's racing tonight. He's the defending winner of this race, as a matter of fact, at Kaukauna. Second through fifth were Alex Prunty, Jesse Bernhagen, Steve Apel, and Ty Majeski in Sunday's feature at Slinger. Saturday Tom Majeski won the big race at Golden Sands. Our Bill Holland was there to cover both races, and hope you enjoyed this segment here on our show earlier. Thanks to Bill Holland for his efforts, and in the group presented by Johnson & Sons Paving. Last Thursday night's point races were a no-go due to storm-related water system issues at Wilmot Raceway on the Kenosha County Fairgrounds. They had a big DOS Fest as well over the weekend. This Saturday is school supply drive night with a 410 sprints, wingless sprints, A-mods, street stocks, and wing crate sprints. Details at wilmotraceway.com. Shout out to CK Contractors LLC and Chris Klemko for all they do. CKContractorsLLC.com for land restoration. They can do ponds. They can do shoreline restoration. They can grade your lot. They have a lot of things going on. See the pros at CKContractorsLLC.com. Our Gravity Park coverage this season is sponsored by Race Car Components for Gearheads in Beaver Dam. The Terry Van Roy Nagai National Memorial Race on Friday was weathered out. The new date for that race is Friday, August 14th, so you got time to make plans to go to Chilton for that one. There's bike giveaways, $2 beers, Crown Vics, and more racing starting at 7 p.m. The Midwest Legends Dirt Series returns with 6 other divisions this Friday night at Gravity Park. The 8-hour Enduro is this coming Saturday, August 8th at Badger Kart Club's Millwright Raceway in Dowson. 3 or more drivers, 8 hours in the same cart. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can watch it. You can find out more information at badgerkartclub.com. They've always got some really cool, top-of-the-line kart racing at the national level. They are highly rated, so I would encourage you to go to Dowson, Wisconsin, visit Millwright Raceway, and badgerkartclub.com is where you can find out more information about their big 8-hour Enduro this Saturday in Dousman. Madison International Speedway this Friday night is Big A late models, mods, legends, and bandos, plus kids' power wheel races. And last Friday's world's fastest meat raffle, it got postponed to this Friday night. So by all means, grab a paddle. You might be one of the 100 winners of the world's fastest meat raffle at Madison International Speedway this coming Friday night after last week's washout. Kids are free, 11 and under, and there's power wheel racing. There's big wheel racing. A lot of fun things for the kids this Friday at Madison. Check out their website, misracing.com. I've got more stuff to talk about, but guess what? I get to talk for a couple more hours here at Wisconsin International Raceway. So I want to say a big thank you and a shout out to our friends and our staff here. Our show crew, thank you to Dave Schmalzer, Matt Rapina, Mark Goodman, Faye Hendricks for making this happen. We also want to thank Dean Strong for his contributions as always. We want to thank our entire cast of characters. Bill Holland's here covering more racing tonight. We'll see more coverage of that on the upcoming shows. Thanks to Bill Holland's In the Groove, presented by Johnson & Sons Paving. We also want to thank my son Sam Trado for his involvement in the program, Sherry Prague for the website stuff. We also have a lot of fun with Greg Lapine. We also want to thank Bruce Blodgett and everybody else who helps us, Scott Krieger. We have a lot of fun doing our show each and every Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we're at Oak Creek at the Cellar in Oak Creek on 812 West Oakwood Road. Join us for the Oak Creek Automotive Night at the Cellar in Oak Creek next Tuesday. Until then, I'm Jim Trado. Thanks for joining us here at Kaukauna. It's going to be a great race night. Hope you see you at a short track real soon. Until then, set your DVRs, support your local racing, and have at it, racers.
Wisconsin racing fans, we hope you enjoyed our show. Watch Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show this Saturday morning at 11:30 on CW18 Milwaukee and live online at CW18Milwaukee.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Plan now to join the racing crowd next Tuesday and win prizes. Visit RacingRoundupShow.com for our latest show schedule and to watch our shows on demand. Like the Racing Roundup Show on Facebook. Follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of the entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetrack, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.